So it turns out shopping in the Big Apple is pretty damn expensive no matter what you're looking for, and the Jets are finding that out the hard way. I'm Kyle Krabs with A to Z Sports, and don't get me wrong, it is a absolutely wonderful problem to have, to give out $250 million in contract investments to a pair of rookie draft picks. That means you, as the executive making the picks, knocked it out of the park. There's just one minor problem with that, and that's Joe Douglas is no longer the general manager of the New York Jets. The Jets have made sweeping changes throughout their organization, but in the last 24 hours have found contractual agreements to extend both Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner for record-setting contracts for different terms and reasons. Garrett Wilson collecting an annual average salary of $32.5 million per year on the new 4 years on his contract. That is the most a third-year wide receiver has ever been paid. And Sauce Gardner tops the cornerback market with the raw annual average salary figure on his 4-year contract, averaging $30.1 million per season, which checks in $0.1 million higher than Derek Stingley Jr., who was drafted just one spot in front of Sauce Gardner in the 2022 NFL Draft. The big question for the Jets was, with a new regime in place, how quickly would they prioritize handing out what was long assumed to be supersized contracts, especially because both Gardner and Wilson had the 5th-year option for the 2026 season scheduled to keep them under contract, meaning the Jets did not have to force any decisions with a new coach and a new decision maker in place managing the roster. As it turns out, the Jets did the smart business thing, which should be a promising sign for Jets fans everywhere. The longer you wait, the more you pay. It is one of the unwritten rules of the NFL. And instead of stringing things out to get a year of time on task and getting to know these guys, the film resume speaks for themselves for both players. They're highly talented, and you want to reward players who come in, especially to a team that has struggled the way that New York has, and reward them for performing at a high level. That's the message you want to send. If we draft you and you develop and you invest in yourself, we are going to reward you for that performance. That has been strongly reinforced with 2 4-year contracts with $250 million scheduled to go out to 2 of the Jets' franchise cornerstones. The question now is, are the Jets done? There's a few other talented members off of that 2022 draft class lingering, most notably running back Breece Hall. Jermaine Johnson is a talented pass rusher, but is coming off of a season-ending injury. Hall, looking for a payday of his own, would be a unique situation. You have a wide receiver and a cornerback, premium positions. Running backs have long been devalued across the league, and I, for one, would be quite surprised if the Jets rewarded Hall for his prior performance for a prior regime, although you can never say never. One would assume, though, that this costly spending splurge for the Jets has them content for a while.